This is Small Biz Florida, the podcast designed and produced specifically for Florida small business owners and entrepreneurs. Small Biz Florida, talk that works for Florida. This podcast is supported by the Florida SBDC Network, providing the tools, strategies, and expertise to help Florida's business community thrive. Visit the Florida SBDC online at www.floridasbdc.org or contact your local office and get started on your path to success today.
This is Small Biz Florida, the podcast and broadcast that's all things business across the state of Florida. And if you've been tuning in lately, you know that the Small Biz Florida team has been on the road again. We are working and broadcasting from the 2022 Small Business Success Conference right here at the Grand Hyatt in Tampa, brought to you by the Florida SBDC Network. And a great conference it has been. Over 350 small business owners and operators are here and learning all kinds of great information about Florida's business assistance programs and ecosystem. And I got to tell you, I'm going to blow your mind with this one. Incredible resource right here in the state of Florida. I've got with us right now, I've got Brad Chester. Did I say that right?
Chedister.
No. Chedister.
Close
Chedister.
enough. Close enough.
Yes. Brad Chedister, who is the Chief Technology and Innovation Officer with an incredible organization called DefenseWerx. A very innovative program here. DefenseWerx and Brad are here designed to connect small business innovators and inventors and creators with the defense industry, and vice versa, here to connect the defense industry to those innovative small business owners. Did I get that right, Brad?
You nailed it.
I got that right.
You nailed it, yeah.
All right. Brad, I got to tell you, incredible organization. But before we talk about that, let's, again, a little bit of your background, maybe your pathway to DefenseWerx.
Sure, yeah. Actually, I come out of Special Operations Command, worked there since 2004, right around there. I played professional baseball before that, so that's kind of a weird pathway into this whole thing. But
who'd you play for, Brad?
Yeah, the Houston Astros organization.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, so weird segue, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so couldn't hit a slider and couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. So here I am. But yeah, so I started and cut my teeth in my career with Special Operations Command at SOCOM, and I learned there that have to be very adaptable, have to overcome adversity, have to be very adept at solving problems. And so that community kind of led into this whole, all right, how do we create an ecosystem or an innovation platform or an overall trusted capital marketplace to really enable small businesses to get at hard problems?
I mean, it really is, when you think about this, it makes so much sense that we've got all these small business innovators and creators and inventors out there creating all kinds of incredibly innovative products, and maybe the military could use these products. But without a DefenseWerx kind of in the middle, how would the two ever become one? So is that how DefenseWerx got created? Somebody saw this opportunity?
Yeah, basically. I mean, the thing we kind of tout is we're lowering the barrier of entry here. So we're trying to level the playing field and not just go after the known solutions that the government needs or the Department of Defense, but the best solutions, right? So they might not be the traditionals, the big primes, right? They're very good at BD, right? They're very good at making deals with the government for good reason. They do a lot of great stuff. The non-traditional small businesses and, people that haven't done business with the government, how do you enable them and empower them to be on the same level playing field? And that's through a platform like DefenseWerx and a service that we offer and provide for our government counterparts. But yeah, it was born out of necessity to really drive, how to empower that small business mindset and the innovation community.
Right. And I like the way we talked a little bit before we went on. I like the way you talked about, we're not really out there seeking solutions to problems we don't have. we've got problems. We're seeking specific solutions. Did I get that right? I mean,
pretty much you nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we say is we don't, go out and find products and go find customers for those. What we do is we curate the problem with customers, make sure that it's a tangible, real ask, make sure there's funding behind it from a government perspective, make sure there's a stakeholder and a potential to actually develop something. Then we empower the innovation ecosystem, world's largest innovation ecosystem in support of DoD and government, curated by DefenseWerx. We empower them with pushing the problem sets to them and saying, hey, what are your great solutions?
Right. And again, then you also work on the flip side too, as you talked about, kind of the tech transfer. You're taking technology within the military community, potentially spinning that out into commercialization, use in the marketplace.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So tech transfer, tech transition, kind of spinning out and spinning in, right? And tech transfer is a very, very powerful tool within the partnership intermediary mindset that we run. And a great example of that is Air Force Research Laboratories or the Army Corps of Engineers has a lot of great researchers making a lot of great IP and doing great work for national defense. Wouldn't it be nice if they could pair with small businesses, collaborate to create commercialization potential or solve problems for the government and then create business for the economy? And that's kind of what we help functionally do.
Yeah, and of course I'm very familiar with the term tech transfer. We always use it in academia. You got these professors that are
T2.
Creating products. I never applied that to the defense community.
Oh, absolutely.
So the same thing is happening as you're saying. Air Force Laboratories, U.S. Corps of Engineers. Yeah, they're doing all these great things too.
Yep, and they're solving great not only government problems, but they're also commercializing and solving great problems out in industry. And the wherewithal to pair them and have an ecosystem that has purposeful collisions between great people external to the government and able to pair them together as companies or, novel innovations, that's powerful.
So, of course, in this whole conversation, I was wrong on a number of issues, which you cleared up for me. One of the issues I was wrong on was I thought, so DefenseWerx is this private organization that'll take a piece of the action on this spinning in and spinning out. But you've now enlightened me that you are a nonprofit, a 501c3. You don't really have any skin in the game going either way. You're here to truly make a match.
Yes, sir. We're neutral. We hold no IP. We don't want part of the IP developed by developers and small businesses. We don't want 10% of your profit when you win a cyber contract or anything like that. Right. We're forward funded. So PIA's partnership intermediary agreements through DefenseWerx and our partnerships with the government, our forward-funded activities, stood up to be one-to-one partners to enable this type of innovation to happen. So we're forward-funded so we can move at the speed of innovation, not the speed of bureaucracy.
Right. And you did talk a little bit about you're lowering the barriers of entry. Kind of drill down into that just a little bit, so that a small business owner understands they're not having to go through these traditional steps of, say, government contracting. You're kind of paving the way.
You're nailing it, Tom. Yeah. Okay. So, lowering the barrier of entry has multiple different meanings, right? So, for example, traditionally speaking, if someone wants to come to Tampa, Florida and work with Special Operations Command, they have to go through security and try to get on base and go have a meeting. Our SoftWerx facility is located off base, low barrier of entry, walk right in, sign up, and have a meeting. Okay. And so it's not just, the physicality of it, but it's also the process. Hey, we make it easy for you to, as a small business, non-traditional or traditional, to reply to government problems that are pushed out through the ecosystem. It's not 10-page white papers. It's, hey, create a 2-page capabilities paper, rapid down select, lots of communication, transparency the whole way, so you'll understand the tangible problem you're trying to solve, but also have good back and forth with the government stakeholder.
Is there a mechanism out there where a small business owner could identify some of the problems that you're looking for solutions for? Is that
love it? Yeah, this is good. Thanks for putting that ball in the tee for me. So basically, it kind of sounds tongue-in-cheek, but the best mechanism to do that is joining the ecosystem of DefenseWerx, because when we push out problem sets through the ecosystem, they are tangible, real funding possibilities. Again, we don't follow through and go out and try to push stuff out just to say, hey, what's out there?
Right.
That'll burn down an ecosystem. These small businesses are in their garages and their shops creating. They don't have time to do all this. So we cherish that time and protect that time to make sure that we're asking real problems. join the ecosystem. If you have a good idea that wasn't asked for by a stakeholder and it's not out there, we have other aspects to do that too. We have a thing called Tech Tuesday. Come pitch your ideas into SoftWerx or DefenseWerx, and we'll allow you to have 15 minutes to put it in front of government folks and say, hey, this is what I do. It's novel, it's innovative, you haven't asked for it, but you should know about it.
Wow. Okay, I have to take a minute to reflect. This is incredible stuff. Now, you know what I've been saying on the last number of segments here on Small Biz Florida, as we've talked to some folks here at the conference, is that Florida really does have this incredible small business support ecosystem. I mean, when you look around Florida, I mean, it really, you stop to think for a minute. I mean, we've got organizations like Enterprise Florida, all kinds of support and help for businesses, Career Source, all kinds of support and assistance and training for the workforce. You got my favorite organization, the SBDC, providing no-cost business assistance. You got SCORE, you got SBA. Now I learned about this DefenseWerx. I mean, it really is just kind of icing on all of this. It's amazing. Now we've got a way to potentially connect you to, defense potential contracts and military, contracts. Is that fair to say that this is part of that whole ecosystem?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, there's some phenomenal organizations, and the government in the state of Florida have done a great job of putting priority onto this. So, and not just that. So some of these, the purposeful collisions don't just happen between the government and problem solvers. Most of the time what we're seeing is non-traditional and problem solvers are colliding with each other in purposeful ways. During some of our events, like we're holding a mashup session here at the SBDC conference. So we've got Florida International, University of Florida, USF, Embark Collective, the SBDC, the National Security Innovation Network. Those are all colliding with each other too, and businesses are talking. So now the businesses that used to be competing with each other for opportunity now are collaborating and creating better solutions and providing more and more opportunity.
So I think I love your advice. Get in our ecosystem. How does one engage in this DefenseWerx ecosystem? Yeah,
so I'm gonna do something dangerous. I'm actually going to give an email address, but I'm also going to say if you go to defensewerx.org, DEFENSEWERX.org. It'll have links to all of the innovation ecosystems, whether it's the Army Corps or Special Ops or Homeland Security, all of them. So you can join the ecosystem in that way, and you'll be pushed opportunities, real, tangible opportunities. The other one is you can reach out to me. So my email is bchedister, BCHEDISTER, at defensewerx.org. And I'm always happy to help, and my team and myself will answer pretty quickly. So happy to help.
And again, I guess... there's never really any day you come to your office, Brad, and go, wow, we don't have any problems today to solve. What do? We're going to take a 2-hour lunch today. That's never happens, does it?
It's a dynamic environment, and we wouldn't have it any other way because, again, we see it as we're humble servants. We're happy to serve, and we're happy to serve small businesses, and we're happy to serve national security. So, humble to do it.
And again, all very admirable endeavors there.
Yes, sir.
Brad Chedister, Chief Technology and Innovation Officer at DefenseWerx. Again, you've blown my mind. What an incredible service program available right here to Florida small business owners and operators. Appreciate your time, sir.
Oh, happy to. Thank you, sir.
All right, with that, this is Small Biz Florida. I'm Tom Kindred, your host, and we've been coming to you from the annual Small Business Success Conference right here at the Grand Hyatt, brought to you by the Florida SBDC Network. Again, all kinds of opportunities being discussed, talked about, and highlighted here at the conference. As always, we appreciate your support of Small Biz Florida, the podcast. Let us know how we're doing. You can always get in touch with us. Find us out there on the web. So with that, we'll sign off from the 2022 Small Business Success Conference. This is Small Biz Florida.
This has been Small Biz Florida, created and produced by the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Your host for Small Biz Florida is Tom Kindred. Partners for Small Biz Florida include WPSL and WSTU and Indian River State College. named the 2019 winner of the Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence.